na nalilito na ako kung anong sabihin ko. Pero sabi ko kung if I'm lying or if my statements are falsely stated, or if there is an iota of magbigti ako. So, in the same manner na kung magbigti ako si Trillanes, dapat magsabay rin sa akin.
Okay, duly noted of your thoughts, Mr. President. Former Senator Trillanes, you're recognized.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Chairman. Ito pong dokumentong ito po yung naging basis ko nung plunder case na final ko kay Duterte noong 2016. At ito po ay inimbestigahan ng Ombudsman at ang Deputy Ombudsman Arthur Carandang, and I think the Quadcom can invite him. Siya ang nag-conduct ng investigation. Humingi siya ng dokumento sa AMLAC at kinonfirm niya. And because of that, tinanggal ni Duterte si Deputy Ombudsman. Now, aside from that, so pwede natin, suggested by Chairman Paduano, na yung AMLAC mismo, unless, since hindi naman na siya incumbent, pwedeng ma-access yun with the waiver, pero we've been there before. Nagsabi na yan siya na magbibigay siya ng waiver, puro bluff yan, pero hindi. Kaya nga, mas maganda kung ma-draft na po natin yan ngayon para papirmahan niya yan dito, no? Para wala ng alibay. Pero ito po, I'll be presenting later on, Mr. Chairman, a video of his actual admission of these accounts. No? So, ito naman pong mga cheque na in-encash, in-extract lang namin from that long list. Mga managers' checks po yan, hindi nawawala sa system po yan. And later on, exempted sa impeachment cases, kaya pwede po lumabas yan, ipepresenta po yan. That's the smoking gun ng proceeds of the illegal drug trade ng Duterte crime family. Salamat po, Chairman.
Thank you very much,
Sir, I have to
Senator
respond
Trillanes.
to it. This
Former
guy
President,
is
with all due respect, I'll have to follow the rules. Yeah. I will give you time later, Mr. President. I will give you time later. Just so that we can put to rest this issue of waivers, because it's been going back and forth. Will the former president be okay that if we draft the waiver now, that it be signed today instead of tomorrow? Will you be fine with that, Mr. President?
Anong kapalit, sir?
Hindi.
Sampalin ko siya sa publiko.
Hindi. Wala naman.
Ngayon na.
Wala pong galunan.
Mr. Chairman.
I'll give you, sasampalin ko sa
Mr. Chairman.
Session suspended.
Session suspended.
Order, please. Order.
Honest to goodness yung war on drugs. As we found out and as what I presented a while ago, everything is a ruse. Lahat po yun ay pagpapanggap lang. Kaya nga hindi niya masagot yung mga justifications dahil drama lang nila yon. It's just a form of social control, matakot lahat, and it was very effective. Sinampulan si Senator De Lima, pinakulong na walang na fabricated charges. Kaya wala na. Umatras na lahat. So it was all about that. Pero titignan nyo what happened after. Yung grupo niya, yung sindikato niya, sila Michael Yang, sila Pulong, Charlie Tan, started importing illegal drugs through the front door sa customs. Pero ang ginawa nila nung una, a few months nung start ng administration niya, binabasag nila yung mga laboratory everywhere with the projection na seryoso sila sa illegal drugs, pero mga kompetensya nila yon, yung local shabu manufacturers. So nung na-abolish na nila lahat, in-import na nila through the front door. Ngayon, magkano ang presyo nung shabu at that time nung kanila tumaas? So yung cartel nila ang nakinabang nung monopolization ng drug war. Kaya nga, sa galit niya, kunyari, sa pagpe-pretend niya ng galit siya sa illegal drugs, pero nung in-import yung 11 billion na shabu, yung 6.4 billion na shabu, then a few others na in-import, meron bang sinabihan si Duterte na kung sino yung drug lord behind it? Wala po. Tapos ito po yan. Sino po yung Customs Commissioner na nung time na yon? Si Faeldon sa 6.4, si La Peña nung 11 billion. 'Di ba? Pinadaan sa customs. Kung talagang galit na galit ka at hindi mo kasabwat yung nagpasok na yon, you should have hung these people kung talagang ganun siya magsalita eh. Pero anong ginawa po niya? Pre-promote niya. No? Pre-promote niya po ito. Prinoteksyonan niya kasi mga kasindikato niya. Then, here comes si Peter Lim, who was identified as one of the drug lords. Pero same triad nila Michael Yang, kaya hindi nila mapatay, pinaalis na lang. No? Kunyari, nung nape-pressure, finailan po ng kaso, pero anong ginawa ho? Dinismiss. Despite the evidence. Tapos anong ginawa ho dun sa prosecutor na nag-dismiss? Pre-promote na judge. We have documented all this. Kaya we followed yung sequence ho. Kaya hindi kami mabobola ng mga ganyang parang seryoso. At kaya ho maraming nalilito na parang talagang gusto niyang ayusin lang talaga yung illegal drugs. Pero hindi.
Former Senator Trillanes, yes.
Yes.
Can we just...
just one more point, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, yeah.
Ito na lang po.
We're
Then,
going
Mr. Chairman,
off
if I may-
tangent from
yes.
our discussion.
If I may,
Oh.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, Congressman
Um,
Fernandez.
Para to save time, no,
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, can we have the documents that na sinasabi mo a while ago? So, para lang po makuha namin yung lahat ng points
Yes,
that you have mentioned.
I already submitted to the COMSEC yung
When was this?
just today, yung nung
Okay.
present po.
Alright, thank you.
Kon po, yun po, as challenged earlier by Chairman Paduano, na pwede pong imbitahin yung AMLAC, but as I understand, hindi po exempted yung legislative inquiry because sinubukan na po namin yan. Pero exempted ang impeachment. So lalabas po yan eventually din. Pero yung ombudsman po, when they investigated this, they asked the AMLAC, kasi meron silang MOA ng exchange of information, nakuha nila yung mga dokumento na yon, kaya nga po na-validate yung aming mga dokumento. At ang magpapatotoo po nito, yung tinanggal sa pwesto na si Deputy Ombudsman Arthur Carandang. You can also invite him. Pero ito po yan. Nakita nyo po kanina nung sinabi ni Chairman Suarez na kung pwede siyang pumirma, ano hong ginawa niya, nang gulo siya, no? Pero baka pwedeng ibalik natin dun sa issue na pipirma siya ng waiver. O baka ngayon, nagtutulog-tulugan naman ho. So, pwede po natin papirmahin ng waiver pa rin.
Yeah, Senator Trillanes, we'll get to that item later. So I gave you your chance to speak, and I will now recognize Congressman Sindanya. Yes, Congressman Sindanya. Thank you.
May May I interrupt?
Mr. Chairman.
Just one moment. I was not sleeping. I was praying
I hope
for his soul.
I hope I was included in your prayers, former
Oh,
President
Nagdarasal
Duterte.
po ako. Hindi ako nagtutulog.
Okay.
The fact, kasi po, nung sila, maliwanag po dun sa testigo, yung testimonya ng testigo, kinokontrol ang gatekeepers at that time ng mga kontrabando ay si Man Scarpio at si Pulong Duterte. At nakalagay po yon on record sa Senate investigations at doon sa court hearings. Then, ito nga po, no? Hindi sila sinama nung final sa kaso by some miracle, ang in-include lang yung mga minor players. Ngayon, yun nga po yung sinasabi ko simulat sa pool, kasi po kung talagang seryoso tayo dun sa paglilinis ng ating bayan ng illegal drugs, dapat hahanapin mo yung mastermind. Sino yung pinakang drug lord na nag-import nito? At yun nga po, ang natumbok namin, si Pulong Duterte. In fact, nung Senate hearing, sinabi ko nga na miyembro ng triad si Pulong at yung proof nun ay yung dragon tattoo sa likod niya, which is the mark of a triad member. And I challenged him. Sabi ko kung pwede siyang ipakita ron. At kahit na dun lang siya sa isang secluded room at makuha ng sergeant at arms, edi either mapoprove or disapprove. Kung prove or disprove. At doon nga po tinanggihan niya, no? It was an opportunity to show the whole country na hindi lang inosente siya, na kundi mali yung aking mga impormasyon. So natumbok na namin yun noon, pero nung final yung kaso, tinanggal po yung anak, si Pulong. Opo.
To continue, Mr. Chair.
You have last 2 minutes, Congressman Bungalon.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. I'll just wrap up my questions. To continue, you conducted that Senate investigation in 2017. And what was the outcome of that investigation?
Yun nga po, no? Dahil na whitewash po nung mga panahon na yon, kasi yung chairman ng committee noon ay kaalyado nito ni Duterte, kaya wala pong nahantungan. Tapos nung final po sa DOJ yon, yung kaso na yon, dahil nakatingin na po yung buong Pilipinas eh. At nakuha talaga yung 6.4 billion shabu, so kailangan po may mananagot. Pero ang mga nanagot ay yung mga nasa ibaba lang. Ni nga pangalan lang nung drug lord na nasa likod ng importation na yon, ni hindi po mini-mention nung mga PIDEA or nito ni Duterte para lang pakita, no, kung sino yung nasa likod nun. Kaso he was not interested precisely because kagrupo niya. Isa na doon yung anak niya. Yun po yun.
Mr. Chair, a while ago you mentioned the name of Michael Yang.
Yes.
Is he a respondent to this case?
Doon po yan sa Jimmy Guban case. Dalawa po kasi, no, yung 11 billion na yung shabu shipment na yon. Ang sabi ni Jimmy Guban, base doon sa testimonya niya dito, doon po involved si Michael Yang, Pulong again, and Manscarpio. Pero doon po, dito sa 6.4 billion peso shabu, ang lumabas po si Charlie Tan, ang drug lord associate na kasama nila. And lahat po to lumabas po dun sa testimonya ni Arturo Las Cañas. These are the names: Michael Yang, Sammy Uy, at Charlie Tan. Sila po yung mga kakagrupo ng drug lords na kapartner at pinoproteksyonan ni Duterte.
For my last question, Mr. Chair, you also mentioned a while ago the word triad.
Yes.
Ano ho ba itong triad nito at ano ang partisipasyon nitong triad nito sa sinasabi niyo pong 6.4 million na shabu, at yun yung basis nyo ng pag-file ng kaso laban ho sa mga respondents dito sa kasong ito?
Base po sa testimonya ni Las Cañas, miyembro po ng triad si Charlie Tan at Michael Yang, at ni-recruit nila si Pulong. So yun po ang triad. Ito po yung mga grupo na involved sa mga illegal activities na based sa mainland China, Hong Kong, and Macau, Mr. Chairman.
That would be my last question, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Interrupt.
Thank you, Congressman Bungalon. Mr. President,
You know,
you'd like to say something?
There are so many persons accused here or mentioned to be criminals. Criminal yung ano. In fairness, yung mga tao na sinasabi nito, dapat ipatawag
Ye-
at given a chance also to answer.
Yes, we will, in fact,
that-
we invited them in the
That
last
is,
two hearings.
yeah, this is how it operates, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Fairness.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Ghost employees niya sa Davao.
Is that another case or is that
Part po yun nung plunder case kasi
in 2016?
in 2016 kasi what's happening sa Davao, meron silang peace and order funds na ginagamit nila, mga ghost recipients, tapos ang pang-clear nila at kasama nga dyan yung testimonya rin nila Edgar Matobato at ni Arturo Las Cañas na nakakakuha sila ng mga allowances from those peace and order funds. Yun po ang basis nun, Mr. Chairman.
May I
That-
respond?
Yes, Mr. President.
Kung bright ito, naging presidente sana siya. Bakit ako naging... Siya ang nakulong. Mutiny.
Let's go back to the
Let's go back to history. Anong kasalanan ko?
Mr.
Anong
Chair,
kasalanan nito?
Mr. Chair,
Yung witness...
Congressman Akop,
point of order lang.
what is the point of order?
May I remind our members not to ask question or shall we say permit a resource person to speak unless the chairman says so. That is the rule of this committee. Kanina pa po kami nandito, hindi kami kumikibo. Kasi yun po ang rule eh. So we must follow our rules to have an orderly proceeding. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you for reminding
I submit,
the chair.
Mr. Chair.
Please be reminded of the rule of this committee in allowing members or resource persons to speak. The chair must recognize them first. Please keep that in mind. You may
Mr. Chair.
continue.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Mr. President.
This is not really to debate with you. It might be improper. Pero, sir, before we can be really stand corrected, we must know the rules first. Kung may kopya sana kami, alam namin how to behave. The problem is, kayo lang may kopya ng rules ninyo, wala naman kami.
Okay.
So, hindi namin masunod yung
The
gusto
consent is
ninyo.
directed to provide copies, several copies to the resource persons here of the rules of procedure governing inquiries in aid of legislation. Please provide them. Now, you please continue,
Thank
Congressman
you,
Suwan.
sir.
May I ask again, former Senator Trillanes? So let's go back to the case that you were talking about, the first case. So what happened to the deputy ombudsman, right, Karandang?
Yes, the Deputy Ombudsman Arthur Karandang confirmed that the documents that I attached when I filed the case was the same set of documents from the AMLAC, from the Anti-Money Laundering Council that they requested. So,
Who requested?
the Ombudsman as part of their investigation.
So what happened to the first case?
So they cannot dismiss it because everything was valid and was validated. So what Duterte did was he fired the deputy ombudsman na nag-iimbestiga. Ganun po 'yon. So nung napalitan na, edi nag-stall na ang kaso.
What
So,
is the status of the case right now?
It's still shelved. So probably once we get a new ombudsman, then these things would start moving, Mr. Chairman.
Say something. Sir,
Mr. Chair.
With the indulgence of Congressman Suwan. Yes, Mr.
Yes,
President.
Mr. President.
wala tayong pakialam sa ombudsman. We cannot interfere. Alam ninyo yan, baski sino. Lalo na mga politiko.
Yes,
Wala tayong pakialam sa ombudsman. We cannot tinker with the ombudsman. And you can call him here and ask him questions. Hindi pwede talaga yung unless sir, if you are not a self-respecting lawyer, kung wala kang delikadesa, sir, ganon. Pero ganon naman ako, sabi ko kanina pa, insisting na mahirap lang ako. I have a set of rules in my life and I follow rules in the civil aspect of my life. And ang naging physical ko.
thank you, Mr. President. That's noted. Yes, please proceed.
Okay, let's go back to the case. Senator Trillanes, you said that your case involved plunder.
Yes, yes, Mr. Chairman. And let me just add, Mr. Chairman, Duterte keeps on saying na he cannot interfere, pero it is on record, kahit i-google po natin ngayon, Mr. Chairman, he fired. Pinatalsik niya sa pwesto yung nag-iimbestiga nung kaso niya, the Deputy Ombudsman Arthur Carandang, who was earlier invited by the chairman para maririnig po sa kanila kung ano talaga yung nangyari po doon sa investigasyon po na yun.
Mr. Chair, was the former Assistant Ombudsman invited here?
Michael Yang na kinorroborate ni Jimmy Guban at ni Colonel Acerto, si Charlie Tan na kasama dun sa 6.4 billion pesos shabu shipment, at itong si Sammy Uy na minensyon ni Arturo Las Cañas. Ang ano po, nung tinignan po namin yung bank accounts, yung records na present ko po kanina, Mr. Chairman, tinignan namin na may mga pumasok na manager's checks na in-encash nila, no, the whole family, no, ay galing kay Mr. Sammy Uy. Tapos tinignan namin yung 6 months interval. 4 na cheque every 6 months, October and April nila ini-encash, at lumalabas nagdidibidendo ng roughly 40 to 50 million pesos every 6 months. Nako, I'd be very interested kung anong negosyo ang nag-yield ng ganon. Pero yun po ang lumabas dun sa aming pag-aaral. Tapos based na rin dun sa yan po yung documentary evidence, yan na yung paper trail, yung money trail, at based doon sa testimonya ni Arturo Las Cañas being an insider doon po sa grupo ni Duterte.
Okay, Mr. Chair, follow-up po na tanong doon. Naaral din po ba kung posible na meron ding ibang sources yung pumasok na mga pera na yon maliban sa drug money? Kasi gusto natin ma-verify po talaga if ever nga, halimbawa, matris po na may ibang mga income sources, legitimate man or illegitimate o kung ano man, maliban sa drug money. Naaral din po ba yung ganong possibility?
Noong una, yun po ang kinoconsider namin, no? Kaso nga, based dun sa testimonya ni Arturo Las Cañas na sinubmit sa ICC, itong si Sammy Uy at si Michael Yang, sila po yung kumaga mag-partner, ano? Siya yung parang nagpa-front. Tapos tinignan namin yung mga negosyo nito ni Sammy Uy, hindi siya pwedeng mag-yield ng ganong dividendo na 40 to 50 million every 6 months na dinidistribute. Yung pa lang yung nakita natin doon sa paper trail. Tapos doon sa sinabi niya na ilang instances doon mismo sa isang shabu laboratory, doon sa involvement nito ni Sammy Uy, lumiwanag po sa amin na drug-related yung mga pumasok na pera dito kay Mr. Duterte. Kaya nga, pinoproteksyonan niya ng todo, nakita nyo, di ba? Ayaw pumirma ng waiver kahit ito na, sasabihin niya, babawiin niya, because ando doon lahat ng sikreto. And sabi ko nga, na-validate na po ito ng Anti-Money Laundering Council through the Ombudsman na nakakuha rin ng same set of documents. Then, ultimately, in an impeachment court and the criminal court, lalabas po yan. No? Lalabas po yung mga ganyan kasi may mga exemptions sa bank secrecy law yung itong criminal investigations sa korte. Yun po, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
I respond.
Mr. Chair, I have
Alam mo,
other
it's
questions.
taking eternity
Gusto ko
for,
munang i-address
Sandali lang.
dire-diretso kay
1 minute
Senator
suspension.
Trillanes.
Tamaan eh. To reveal a bank account, even piso lang yan, or 1 billion. Ano mo ba yan? You make it public here? Hindi mo ba alam that I could charge you for that alone? That single statement, I can send you to prison. I guarantee you. Hindi mo ba alam yan?
Mr. Chair, if our resource person is done, hindi po tayo nathi-threaten doon. And
Hindi
in fact, Mr.
nathi-threaten.
Chair,
Produce
pinakinggan
the
na po natin.
document.
Mr. Chair, I have the
substantiate
floor.
what you charge.
Suspension again.